Okay, so now then, as I say, what I want to do is add some buttons in the page where having got having chosen a particular word to see the rhymes of, we can then just click on a button to say I just want one syllable examples, two syllable examples, or three syllable examples. So let's go to the HTML here. So you've got there our half div, which kind of is half of the page, the height of the page. We've got then a line there. Let's kind of put in, we're going to have another div here. Let's just say, I won't even bother putting in a class there, I'll just put in a div. And again, we're going to put in, we're going to iterate over a load of spans. Okay, I'll keep, now this time it's going to be basically the numbers, basically the keys in the key value pair object. So let x of what is it? It's, let me see, go back to, there it is, it's sil counts. So we're going to go through all of this, which are the keys in the object. So let x of sil counts, and we're going to put showing the x there. So this x is always a temporary variable in the loop. And what we're going to do now, we're going to make some function maybe. Let's so call it show rhymes by syllable. So we're going to then run a function which will actually do the filtering on it. Okay, and so we've got that there. So now let's create our function show rhymes by syllable. So here we've got the rhymes now. So let's kind of what is it? Let me just remind myself again. It is show rhymes by syllable. Okay, so I'm going to say show rhymes by syllable, and that's going to take a number as a parameter. So let's say I put number. Now at this point, we're going to now do this filtration that we did before. So you see this particular line where we use lowest sil right at the beginning. So this time it can be any kind of number. So we're just going to copy that line now. Say this rhymes to show, which is the things that are kind of divisible, are going to be put in using that input. So the number that we pass from the button we click, which tells, to show the words of which number of syllables. So at this point, the user has clicked on a button. Okay, what might be good is that we could highlight the one they've actually clicked on. Okay, and we could do that by doing setting a class directive to change the class if the number inside the thing we clicked on is the same as the number of syllables of rhymes we want to see. So let's create another new variable. Let's call it current syllable count colon number. Okay, so when kind of somebody does run this function that we've called show rhymes by syllable, so let's place it here, show rhymes by syllable, which is going to be passing in a number. Okay, so when someone runs this, we're going to say the current syllable count equals number. Oh, sorry, this dot current syllable count syllable equals number. Okay, that's equals x. And then we're going to run the same filtering things that we're going to say so rhymes to show the thing that the variable which has all the things we're going to iterate through in the major interface is going to be this rhymes by syllable number. Okay, so let's see if this works. Anyway, so let's go to first of all, let's go to component HTML. Got the span show rhymes by syllable. Yes, so let's see if it does work. So I'm going to save all of that. Oh no, it's not saved everything. I need to save all. So here we go. Let's see if this is working again. So we're going to go for car again, get syllables, bus. Okay, it's given us things of one syllable. Now if I click on 2, yes, discuss, adjust, school bus, mistrust, Barfus, and 3. Okay, so that's all working very well. But what would be nice, finally, is that we can kind of like, so which thing has been clicked on. So for example, if I click on boat, it would be nice that that would change color. Okay, and it would also be nice if when I click on, say, 2, that 2 would have changed color. So such that it gives a state of, you know, what options have I chosen to produce this effect in the interface. So with that, we've already got now a variable which will handle, so its current syllable count is the 1 with 6. We also need to have another variable which would be something like current rhyme query. Current rhyme query equals that. Okay, so so we'll get that from when the user has clicked on the rhyme. So it's this one I put here. So let's kind of here just quickly say, what is it called? Current rhyme query. So it's this dot current rhyme query equals IPut. Okay, so now we've got that. So then we can start doing some class stuff. So we can actually change the color of things. So first of all, in order to do that, let's go to our CSS and do something which would be something like a highlight. So let's create a class dot highlight, which is going to be something like the text color is going to be white and the background color will be red. So let's do it like that. Spell highlight correctly. Okay, and then what we need to do is we're going to make these things look with that highlight color if we click on them. So let's go to the app component.html. Okay, and so here we've got again some. It's beautifully compact. In my opinion, it's beautifully compact notation when we do this. So it's inside here. It's inside this particular span. Let's give us a few more lines in the span to just give us a bit of space. So this is the list of syllable counts. You know, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we want the class maybe to go to highlight if whatever inside there x is the same as because it'll be, you know, the whole list of there are 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if the number 3 is we want the number of 3 to be highlighted. So we're going to do something like this: ngClass or ngClass equals, so as we did in the previous tutorial. Okay, so we say what is the name of the class that's going to be added. So it's going to be highlight. Highlight is the class that's going to be added. Should what be true? And so what should be true is if the basically x is the same as to remind ourselves what is the name of the variable, and the name of the variable is current syllable count. Okay, so if x is the same as current syllable count, okay, we're going to apply the class highlight. Okay, so that's the end of that. Okay, oh, so no, sorry, the squiggly bracket goes before the quote. So squiggly bracket before the quote, and then that's the end of the span. So I'll just kind of bring that back to there. Okay, so that's the one. So then, and the other one is in the list of synonyms to show. So if somebody clicks on one of these ones, we want that to change color as well. So we're going to do a similar kind of thing. Open square bracket class equals quote. Again, we're going to apply the class in single quotes highlight should the x equal current. Oh, we haven't got current rhyme query for some reason. It's not there. I don't know why. Maybe I haven't set it up right. Current rhyme query. Okay, or x equals equals equals. So it shouldn't be just 1 equals x equals current rhyme query. Okay, close the squiggly bracket, quote. Okay, and then we'll just delete everything, and that's so highlight should x equal the current rhyme query. Okay. I think that's okay. I've got a problem. There might be an issue with this being either an integer and as opposed to a string in the second one. I think let's just have a try it out anyway. Okay. Oh no, it's not everything has been saved. I need to save everything. Okay. Let's now go back to it. So let's do car again. Get synonyms. Click on bus. Okay. Now notice bus has gone red, which is exactly what we wanted. We clicked on 1. I clicked on 2 and that's gone red, and I clicked on 3 and that's gone red. So let's just kind of explain that logic just to kind of remind ourselves how it works. Essentially what I'm doing is, by default, all of these spans have this kind of like visual styling attached to them: yellow background, kind of round corners, margins, and display inline block. So what we're saying is, in the case that the whatever is being shown inside this span is the same as the current rhyme query, namely we have clicked on it, then you should apply the ngClass highlight. So ngClass highlight in the case that x, namely whatever is in that span at the moment, is the same as the current rhyme query. And in the case of the numbers, it's we're going to apply the highlight class should x, which is whatever is in the span, and in this case it's a set of numbers 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., is the same as the current syllable count. Okay, so having done that, so now you can see, I think it's all working. It's all working. Okay, well, it's not working completely well because we've not done any sort of we haven't done the full way of dealing with poor network connectivity, and also the, for example, words which have no rhymes, or somebody putting in something silly in the top here, which will and then would hope this would disappear as well. So but rather than doing a tutorial about this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish the whole thing up, and I'll leave you the fully completed code, and so you can see what steps I took to deal with those issues.